Well, good afternoon, hello, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching in the world. Welcome back to the 2025 Sony World Series International Finals with myself, Henry Baudet, and Gert Teamrots. We are 2 races into the second round of heats. We've got 6 more races to go in heat number 2 and another 8 races to go in heat number 3. The action on track has been almost as hot as the weather outside here in Andalusia, Malaga, the south of Spain.
The weather is getting hotter and the situations on the track are getting hotter too. Also the stewards told that the drivers are all the time adjusting to the spots on the track where the stewards they see and where not. So the action is moving away from the stewards on the track and they will reallocate their positions.
Well, very quickly, before we go to the circuit, we just want to say thank you. This morning, the opening set of heat races, we had 9,100 viewers on the YouTube channel, the 3MK Events YouTube channel. Let's try and make this over the course of the next 2.5, 3 days. Let's make it the most watched YouTube coverage of karting anywhere this year. At the moment, one of the
Anyway, this is one of the biggest parties of karting this year.
The FIA, the most recent round of the FIA European Championship at Viterbo in Italy, they had 56,000 viewers over 2 days. We've got 3 days to beat that figure. So please, keep your comments coming in the live chat. We've had a lot of fun with them this morning. We can't see anything on Facebook. It's only on the 3MK Events YouTube channel. We can see the live chat. Let us know who you're supporting. And yeah, do you know what? Somebody Kart World Series family, let's try and take this event to the very top of the world rankings in karting viewing figures this year. Over to you. Don't forget to like and share it. We'll head down to the track, Gertz, for the start of the next round of heat races.
Because the only reason you should not watch this is if you have a ticket to plane and flying here.
Yes,
we still have two full days of racing.
Exactly. Now, let's start with Sprint Cup Heat 2, Group A. Now, the 100-plus drivers in the Sprint Cup class have been split into 4 groups. Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D. There are the Group A drivers. So, Diego Perez Lara in kart number 105. He was fastest of all in second qualifying yesterday. That's why he starts Group A from pole position. He's already taken a win here this morning.
And second on the grid is Benedek Kovac. We just saw him with the number 24. That means he was 5th fastest overall during the second qualification yesterday.
Yeah, Christian Salvet, the number 62 driver from Estonia, is third on the grid, and Andres Leipniks from Latvia. Latvia have also had a win today, but that wasn't with Andres, that was with Davis Zalmans. He'll be starting the number 72 kart from 4th on the grid.
And we saw Andrei Leipniks on pole position in the first heat. Now he's starting 4th.
Now we've got Manuel Rodrigo, so the hometown fans have got, well, he's from Karting Sevilla, is Manuel. He starts 5th alongside France's Matthias Karnijak.
There is Nate Koshenina in row number 4, together with Marvin Komdur. And then in 9th and 10th places, Anthony Chevasson and Harri Suoninen.
Harri Suoninen from Finland. Then we got another Frenchman, Amel Pereira, alongside Slovakia's Michael Letovanek on row number 6. Martin Guerard from France. And here comes the boom, Andre Boom from Germany on row 7.
Orpheus Tsompanidis and Francesco Torboli, and on row number 8, followed by Nathan Salone and Sam May.
Sam May, one of the British contingent from Brentwood karting. Hrant Saluhayan from Lebanon goes on the inside of row number 10 alongside Liamonas Skrodenis from Lithuania.
There is Marcos, someone from Spain without a surname, but he's so fast no one
knows his second name.
Has been able to speak his surname so far. And Bimo Adji together on row number 11.
Bimo Adji from Indonesia, Afan Fazlur, Jazza official, all supporting Bimo Adji. He's probably the most supported driver for this race on the live chat. Well, let's see who else we've got support for. There's Dwight Edwards Jr. from the USA, Sam Hines from Australia, Drago Ras, Andre Trump rounds out the field. Sadly, Khaled Al-Amiri and Mohamed Al-Zajali have withdrawn from the event. Let's see, we haven't had any flags from Aruba following us. I know that they're watching at the Bushiri Kart Raceway down in Aruba.
At least one flag of Aruba is here.
Yes, indeed. And there is the very smart, the almost Bahamian liveried kart of at the back of the field, Marcos Cernuda, number 53. That's the colours of the region of northern Spain that he is from. And, Bimo's from Umbul, Indonesia. Well, hopefully Bimo will cause a bit of a rumble as he makes his way up the order. How's that?
We'll see how that
10 minutes plus 1 lap. History tells us that this is going to be an 8-lap race.
So far, no one has been able to go over the finish line. There were always the clicking to an end just a few meters before the 7th lap of the race.
Yes, suddenly Tallinn has woken up. Estonia, plenty of love for Christian Salvet. He's there in kart number 62. It's his best position.
And also Finnish drivers could get some cheers from Tallinn too.
Well, yes. It's about the same temperature there at the moment. Just to give you an idea, yesterday here it was almost as hot as Death Valley, California. There is a breeze, quite a stiff wind today. It has caused a couple of issues with the internet connection. So if the YouTube feed does go down occasionally, if the sound of myself and Gert starts to lag, rest assured, everybody at WFR Live TV, KartCenter, Campillos and SodiKart are working hard. But as you can see the banners, it is very breezy and we are on the side of a hill here in Andalusia.
And we are back on a starting grid with all the drivers. There is a one spot left free.
I think somebody may potentially,
it's
I'm not
Andre
sure.
Boom. No, it's coming there. Number 17.
Now he's moving up. Now, where's Andre Trump? Andre Trump is shown as not going out. Maybe that's why we haven't got any.
But he's 25th.
He's showing us not starting this race. That is a shame. But here we go then. The green flag is going to signal the start of this one. We're off and racing. It's a great start from Diego Perez Lara.
He's looking back over his shoulders and does not see anyone there. He's got away a few meters already before the first corner. Now the crucial uphill through the second and third corners, and still Diego Perez Lara is able to pull away from everyone else. It's Kovac, Salvet and Leipniks fighting there for the next spots on the track.
As they come around the corner. Look at that, 5 wide almost, as they head up towards 4 wide, 3 wide, into turn number 8. There's a lot of people supporting Orpheus, the Greek driver, Orpheus Tsompanidis, from the go-kart centre Thessaloniki, I believe that is. He races at in his home country. But once again, the only race that we had a runaway winner this morning was Diego Perez Lara. And he's only gone and doing it again.
And he thought that was a good idea. That
we'll try
went
this
pretty well, and now he's trying to do the same again.
Yes.
Diego Perez Lara is leading, is pulling away. There is Manuel Rodrigo now fighting for a second.
Yeah.
Leipniks, Kovac and Salvet a little bit further behind.
I know. Vamos, Diego, say his supporters. 1.2 seconds in front at the end of lap number 1. However, you're looking at the 2 drivers who have just sorted themselves out in second and third. Manuel Rodriguez and the number 37 of Matisse Carnajak. They look like they're hooked up pretty nicely. That's the number 74 kart looking at just going through. That's Martin Guérard, one of the many French drivers here this week. Not as many as usual, however, I have to say. This is an international event, 53 nations represented, over 400 drivers here in total.
And still, Diego Perez Lara running away from everyone else. Rodrigo and Carnajak fighting for second. Leipniks and Koshanina for fourth.
And I've got to say that I think Rodrigo and Carnajak have got their tactics right. They're hooked up and they look like they're closing in this lap. In fact, the gap was 1.2 seconds. You can see it's coming down. It's come down by half a second on this lap so far. And, well, look, I think we're going to have Diego Perez Lara in a battle for the first time today. And watch out for Andres Leipniks and Nick Kosasina running in 4th and 5th as well. There they are. They're hooked up and heading towards the front.
And Košanina just got the best lap time so far with 1 minute 24.3 seconds. He's behind Leibniz. He's slipstreaming behind Leibniz, and they are closing in, but not so fast as Rodrigo and Carnajak. They caught Diego Perez Lara already on a third lap of this race.
Well, I mean, looking at, there's obviously a few comments coming in about Davis Almans, how unlucky he was in Slovakia in 2023. Also, there was a few people saying, why are we no longer using Rotax engines? Why have we gone back to the Hondas?
Rodriguez goes inside. Manuel Rodrigo takes the lead, and now he is first. There is left Diego Perez Lara. Now he will have to fight for his win.
Yes, indeed. Just to quickly finish the point, the final at Slovakia 2023 is pretty much the reason why we're no longer using Rotax engines. They were just a little bit too fast for the rental car. But we've got a 5-kart battle for the race lead. Leibniz and Košanina have caught the top 3. Then it is Chevasson, Salvet, Guerard, Kovacs, Comdur, the Boom, Andre Boom, Suljan, Tsompanidis, May, Edwards Jr. and Adji at the top 16 at the moment.
And Košanina moves in front of Leibniz. Now Nick Košanina is in P4, Andres Leibniz in P5. Chevasson is behind them, but fight for the lead is on and goes off. Manuel Rodrigo off the line and has lost 1 place.
Yeah, that was, Carnajak looking over his shoulder. I wonder if the officials will be looking at that. I couldn't quite see exactly what was happening, but Perez Lara back to the lead. Here comes the inside from Latvia's Andres Leibniz.
Leibniz is on the inside lad going into the turn 12, and he moves up. Now Leibniz up to P2. It's Diego Perez Lara now position 3rd on the track.
Now we look back a little bit. There is Manuel Rodrigo now. He's fallen back into, just to see where Rodrigo has come round. Our timing system is playing up a little bit. Rodrigo is down in 5th position, I believe. Right, warning flag. Mateusz Karnajak, 3-second penalty for the number 37. That puts him back to 7th place overall. So he's there battling side by side for 2nd, but he's actually running in 7th. Great job by our timing partners at Apex Timing for putting the penalties in race. Andre Boom is now up into P4.
And there comes Nick Košanina going past and moving 1 spot up, following Andres Leibniz. Leibniz 2nd, and Diego Perez Lara is in front again.
Yes, so Rodrigo now 5th, Chevasson 6th, Karnajak 7th, Kovacs is 8th. Boom, Andre Boom is the driver with the luminous yellow race suit on, just behind these two. So the 4th kart in this row, number 37, he's had a penalty and is actually in P7. We've still got 3 minutes to go, however, Gertz. If he can pull away, if he can work with the 3 drivers in front, maybe he can pick up another couple of positions.
Does he want to work with 3 drivers in front?
Well,
he would love to work alone. We saw that before.
Yeah, well, he's passed Košanina now. So he has passed Košanina, and we crossed the line again. Apologies, our live timing screens have had a brief hiccup. Like I said, we are experiencing internet issues here at Campillos, but we're working hard to get them resolved across the board. All we do know, and that is pretty much obvious, is that there's nothing to choose between these 4 drivers, even though Karnajak is effectively not in this battle.
He is not in this battle, but he is on the track there and still fighting. Does he know he has a 3 seconds penalty? Does know everyone else here up at the front? It's Andres Leibniz fighting with Diego Perez Lara and followed by Nick Košanina.
I spoke to race director Manuel Branco during the lunch break. No is the answer. They're not giving the drivers information about any in-race penalties.
Just the warning flags, and that's all.
They're giving the warning flags, but the penalties, no, they're simply applying it. There's no big board with a race number and a penalty on it. They're not doing that.
That would make life easier for Andres Leibniz now, because he's got there on his tail Karnezak is trying to fight, but if the Diego Perez Lara and Andres Leibniz would know that this driver is not within their fight.
Yeah, it would help them. They would think, okay, you go, you're not bothered by us, but they're defending when they suppose they don't have to. Perez Lara looking over his shoulder, just easing himself to the inside line to prevent a dive from Andres Leibniz. Up the hill we go, 1 minute remaining. This is lap number 7, so it'll be the penultimate lap. And Andre Boom is bringing the boom to the front. Here comes Karnezak. He's on the outside of turn number 6. He's going to lose a place to Cosadina.
And Leibniz is right behind Diego Perez Lara. He will not let anyone there in. They are fighting for positions on the track. And Diego Perez Lara is leading now. We are running out of time. Last minute on the track now. And here comes the boom.
Yes, Andre Boom. He picks off Karnezak. He's now looking to the inside. Will he go past Nick Cosanina? Well, all credit to themselves, those two. They give themselves racing room. Has it cost them a bit of time? Yes. Here comes Karnezak back into third place on the road. And if they're not careful, you see the next driver with a white crash helmet, Anthony Chavasson, closing in. But now here comes Leibniz, starting to force Perez Lara to defend.
And they were side by side in the previous corner. Now Diego Perez Lara still holds his lead. The time is over and we have 1 lap to go through the finish. Well, over the finish line, and Diego Perez Lara looking back over his shoulder, going uphill through the first corner. That is not the place where Leibniz would like to fight with him, because if they lose the speed before the uphill part of the track,
so much momentum.
Everyone will be there.
Oh yes, well, and everybody is not far off being there anyway. Perez Lara defends through turn number 6. Now, the next opportunity for Andres Leibniz is down at the entrance to turn 11. He's got to come through here, turn 9, through turn 10, right by there, and then it's hard on the brakes, but Perez Lara has eased away a little bit. Time is running out for Leibniz.
And now the crucial moment before the turn number 12. Leibniz is just a little bit too far behind Diego Perez Lara to try to dive inside. And the one indication how fast they are going, that Karnezak with his penalty running now behind the two leaders is still classified in P10.
Well, do you know something else, Gert? We'll come back to this in a minute. Let's follow them through the last couple of corners. Perez Lara is defending. Boom and Cosadina battling for what is third place overall. It's going to be another drag race to the line. But we've got our first double race winner of the week here at Campillos. It's Diego Perez Lara.
And Andre Boom on the last lap of the race sets his fastest lap time of 1:23.6 seconds. No one has been so fast here at Campillos.
The driver there in the bright luminous yellow race suit has just set the fastest lap of the entire week. 1 minute 23.676. Yesterday, John Del Valle did a 1:23.807. Andre Boom has brought the boom with the fastest lap, 1:23.676. Now, Gert, I believe it's your turn to go and hand out the winner's medal.
It's my pleasure. Let's go.
But let's have a little look at some of the other finishing orders down the order. Christian Salvet down in 13th. Well, a lot of the supported drivers. Salvet, Sompanidis, he was 14th. And obviously our Indonesian friend, Mr. Aji, 22nd in that race. A good result, an excellent result. For Sam May finishing in 12th. For Lebanon, number 102, Hrant Solahian Sulahian from Lebanon, finishing in 11th. Komdur for the Netherlands was 10th. Karnajak eventually 9th. Guirard 8th. Rodrigo 7th. Shavasson, Kovacs 6th and 5th. Some of the other drivers, Dwight Edwards Jr. Pereira was 15th. Edwards Jr. 16th. Then Skrudenis, Suoninen, Tsunoda, Torboli, Letovanek, Aji, Hines, and then rounding out the 24 finishers was the number 4 kart, Nathan Saloon. So, there we go. Well done, Diego Ramos. No, he's a Brazilian kart racer. Diego Perez Lara. Yeah. Big am I allowed to say cojones? I'm allowed to say cojones, aren't I? He had plenty of guts in that race to hold off the challengers. And he's got plenty of supporters online as well in that race. And we now will wait, have a brief break, and then be back. Well, there we are. Looking at the drivers for Heat 2 Group B in the Sprint Cup. Horion van Weiss there with, that's one of the new karting skins suits. I'm not sure about them, although, you know, maybe, but then again, I don't have the figure to wear that. If I was an athlete like these youngsters are, well, they're not, they're up to 40 years old, then I would, you know, potentially consider it. But the kart skins race suits, they're not homologated quite yet for FIA racing, but in endurance racing, they're becoming very popular indeed. And a lot of, you know, pre-race sportingness. There's Konstantinos Lusopoulos. You can just see him behind the driver in the foreground there. That is Zambujo. Alfonso Zambujo, who will be driving number 87. He is from Portugal. The drivers now head in to the area, and you can see from this angle, well, just beyond that, so they're heading into the karts. The karts are assigned at random. That's not Max Verstappen or Franz Hermann or whatever his name is at the moment, but there's more than, there's 20 karts in the race, and there's more. They rotate the karts all the time. So, you know, the karts that Diego Perez Lara was just driving will not be used by Remy Loth, who starts from pole position. Right then, let us go through the starting lineup, give you the names and the nationalities of the drivers set to go out. So in the live chat, you can start supporting the driver from your home country. It's going to be Remy Loth from France on pole position. Fabio Picardo, his countryman, on the outside of row number 1. From Austria, Tobias Stuckler. There is number 5, Remy Loth, on your screen. The number 82, that's Austria's Tobias Stuckler. Then we have Konstantin Timuentsev. On row number 3, Slovakia's Levente Sabo, and the Netherlands, Horion van Weiss. On row number 4, Stilian Ralchev, driver number 30 from Bulgaria. Haven't seen many Bulgarians in the live chat yet. Then we have the only driver from Georgia that has qualified, number 67, Noda Kovzydze. Aurelian Ferry and Nico Teach are next. Ferry is from Ferry is. Oh, hang on. My timing screen has just tripped over itself again. Ferry in the number 93 cart is from Denmark. And then we have Nico Tisch in cart number 13 from Slovenia. Kirill Martolog, number 39 from Ukraine. And Thomas Kondaminas, who was the winner of his opening heat. Horion van Wijs is Belgian. I do apologise. Oh dear. That's not very good, is it? Getting the Dutch and the Belgians mixed up. My apologies. Kondaminas from France. Then from Greece, Konstantinos Lusopoulos. And from France, Francois Richard from Canada. Francois Richard. João Pereira from Portugal. And Teruki Nobi from Japan. Eduardo Bernal Rodriguez from Spain. And Antoine Bernard from Canada. Bastian Ulloa from Chile. And Fabian Kopp from Germany. Alfonso Zambujo from Portugal. Simon Dolsicki from Poland. The last couple of drivers, Marko Rosic from Slovenia. Samuel Turanek from Slovakia. And Anthony Brakal from France. Sadly, Joseph Goncalves from the United States has withdrawn. Plenty of support for our front row starters, Remy Loth and Fabio Picardo from France. Also Zambujo and the other Portuguese driver it's only Zambujo from Portugal in this race, getting plenty of support as well. Why does the commentator keep saying Alfonso, bro? Because his name's Alfonso. How's that? No, it's Afonso. I apologise. I'm too busy thinking of my mate Alfonso. Afonso. I apologise. I thought I'd be doing well getting Zambujo correct. I thought the first name was the least of my worries. Serbia, not Serbia. I've got it wrong. Well, my eyesight's going. Oh dear. Yeah. Bora Afonso and Serbia, not Slovenia. I was getting my flags mixed up. Right, there we go. I've been upsetting most of Eastern Europe, Gertz. How's your morning been going?
Great. Just met Diego Perez Lara. He got one more win to his trophies and was quite lucky with that. And this race was more intense and more interesting for him than the first one.
Okay, well, it's all right. Miguel Mendez has forgiven me on the live chat. Apparently my Zambujo's good. Here we go. Green flag.
Green flag goes down and we are racing again. Remy Loth from the inside gets the great start and is pulling away. Fabio Picardo had nothing else to do, just drive to the right side of the track to close the door before the first corner.
Yet you can see Tobias Stuckler signalling to Fabio Picardo, saying, no, like push. Like, I'm not going to attack, let's just follow each other. And they do, and already Remy Loth, the lead that he did have, has come down. Look at this in the middle of the pack. 3 wide, that's going to become 4 wide as they go through this corner. There they are, 4 wide. And is it going to stay 4 wide? Yes, just about. But 2, 4, 5 at the front, trying to break away early.
Now we are downhill again, and that's the first time where actually the drivers are getting into one file, because the uphill battles are quite intense right after the start. There you can lose a lot and you can gain a lot if you have a great speed and are able to maintain that through those corners. And there is a fight going on. It's number 55 moving in. It's Szabo
Levente Szabo, yeah, in that purple. It's the same colours as we saw Andres Leipnix a little bit earlier on, that sort of white and purple coloured racer. Similar, not the same, similar. And the blue race suit, that's Fabio Picardo in second. Your leader is Remy Loth. He's got the kart skins on. Tobias Stuckler is at the back of this lead 5 now. And here's Belgium's Horion van Wijs is into P4.
Stuckler has lost to Van Wijs. Thomas Kondaminas is there in P6. And then Anosopoulos moves up to P8 in front of Relchev. But still Remy Loth leading in front of Picado. There goes inside of Van Wijs.
Oh, Van Wijs.
Van Wijs, one more inside line, and he is in front, moving up to P3 in front of Levante Szabo.
I think Horion was quite smart there because he sort of moved Levante a little bit going out of turn 6, but didn't complete the pass. He was like, no, I'm not going to push. And now he's a bit of communication saying, okay, let's go. I think that Horion was saying to the number 41, Fabio Picado, what are you doing? And the top 3 drivers all wearing these kart skins suits. A cross between sort of like downhill skiing and cycling.
Or those who are through those ice track skating down.
Downhill bobsled.
Bobsleigh or something like
cool
that.
Runnings. Cool runnings on wheels. Levante Szabo, going old school with the traditional race suit, which I agree with, is third now.
It's Van Wijs going first now. Gained 4 positions during 1 lap, and number 99, Horion Van Wijs, is leading the race, starting the next lap on the track. Remy Loth is still holding up in a second place. Levante Szabo goes in. Szabo moves in front of René Loth, and now Hungarian is up to... No, sorry, he was not Hungarian. It's.
That's Slovakian.
Slovakian now goes up to second place.
I'm glad it's not just me upsetting Serbia, Slovenia, and Slovakia. Watch out for driver number 106, Thomas Condominas, has caught the lead group, and Condominas, I think, has already passed. I think he may have passed Stuckler. Now, Condominas earlier took a fantastic, he's passed Stuckler. So Condominas took a very lucky but really exciting win in heat number 1. Horion Van Wijs is your leader for Belgium. Levante Szabo second for Slovakia. Remy Loth third for France. Fabio Picado is now down to 6th because his countryman, Frenchman Thomas Condominas, is now 4th. Stuckler is 5th. And watch out, because in 7th position, well, is there a gap? There's a 1 second gap back to Nusapoulis, Tiumentsev, Martolog, Ralchev, Nobe, Kovzitsi, Teach, Brakale, Richard, Kopp, and the rest.
And we are approaching half mark of this race. 5 minutes and only a few seconds left. It's Remy Loth now trying to fight for a 3rd place. Thomas Condominis is in front of him, and 1 unsuccessful move from Remy Loth, and he is losing position instead of gaining 1.
So Remy Loth not going the right direction. That number 5 kart. He's right behind Tobias Stuckler now. Stuckler in the lucky number 82. Why? If you're tuning in, that was my race number. Tobias is gonna. Well, he needs to drive twice as well as I did. The track, Gertz, is very, very fast because just one race after Andre Bohm set the fastest lap of the entire weekend, we've got another 1 minute 23 second lap, 1 minute 23.880.
And also
for Thomas
we
Condominas.
2 more drivers within 1 minute 23, 1 minute 23.9 for Levante Szabo, 23.9 also for Kirill Martolog.
Kirill Martolog is up into 9th place.
Pereira too.
Joao Pereira, 1 minute 23.960. It's a pity he's all the way down in 21st position for Pereira.
And Levante Szabo goes even faster with 23.7. Also, Horion Van Wijs in 23.7. 23.8 for Thomas Condominas is not the fastest lap anymore.
No, I'm looking up there. The banners, the Sodi kart banners, they were just turning around, so maybe now as the drivers go down the start-finish straight, they haven't got a headwind anymore, they got a tailwind.
Or side wind.
Or a side wind. Either way, the wind's not blowing directly into them and potentially showing them down.
That could lead to the best times in the 1st or 3rd sectors.
It could indeed. Now, Szabo chasing Van Wijs. The rest of the leaders, there is Picardo in the blue. Remy Loth still running in 4th position. And Picardo is 6th. Tiumentsev, Nusapoulis, Martolog and Teruki Nobe. The rest of the top 10.
Leaders through the last corner, almost 3 minutes to go. There comes Orion Van Wees and Levente Szabo fighting for the lead, and now it seems like they are fighting at first for the gap behind them, and then they will decide who will be the winner.
Now, unfortunately for Afonso Zambujo fans, he has dropped to 24th position. Actually make
but
that
good
21st. 21st, but
his name.
Yes, yeah. Well, every cloud has a silver lining. Zambujo down into 21st position, just behind Bastian Ulloa. The other Portuguese driver in this race, number 83, João Pedro Pereira, is running in 19th place, and. Of our Canadian contingent, it's the number 100 car, Antoine Bernard, the best placed the 2 Canadians in 16th position.
And Remy Loth is really close behind. He tried to move to the inside before the 12th corner, but stayed behind and did not complete his move. He's still running 4th behind Thomas Condaminas, and then Levente Szabo and Orion Van Wees at the front.
Well, I mean, Belgium had a pole position yesterday with Enzo Buscaglia in Kid Kart, but they haven't had any other good fortune after that. They're still looking for their first win today. Horion Van Wees, he's about a cat's whisker in front of Levente Szabo.
So Szabo is fighting with Horion Van Wees. We are going into 1 minute 23 seconds. Almost everyone on the track now. And will they be so fast to get another 1 lap to go? They were about 1 minute 25 seconds over the finish line before this lap. We are running out of time, less than 50 seconds left. Here is Horion Van Wees and Levente Szabo fighting for the win, but can they drive so fast that get an extra lap?
Well, I mean, I can't believe this is the second race since we've come back from the lunch break, and the fastest laps of the entire week have been obliterated in both races. That driver you're looking at right there in 4th position, Remy Loth, has just gone round 1 minute 23.258. I remind you that before the start of the last race, nobody had done quicker than a 1 minute 23.8. I think these Sodi karts and those Honda engines, they enjoyed their lunch break. The wind has changed. It's boiling hot outside, but they're loving this hot conditions.
And the time hits 0. It seems like we have got another lap because the time is over and this is not the final one.
We're going so fast now, they're getting bonus laps. So this should be a 9-lap race as we head up the hill. So Horion Van Wees, I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because Van Wees has got an extra lap.
It's a good thing for Levente Szabo.
It's a good thing for Levente Szabo. He's got more time as we look at Condaminas in 3rd. Loth is 4th. Stuckler 5th, Picardo, Martolog's up to 7th, Nusapoulis is 8th, Tiumentsev is 9th, and Bulgaria's number 30, Stilian Ralchev, who has got support online. I'm trying to see who was supporting Stilian. It was quite a way. It was Twins Park supporting the Bulgarian Ralchev, who is 10th. Ahead of Nobe, Teach and Kovzudze.
Now, Levente Szabo comes side by side with Horion Van Wees, but there is the next corner, penultimate corner of this lap, and there Van Wees had an inside again. They are going through the starting straight, and this is the extra lap of this race. Yeah. They went so fast that got 1 lap more.
I know, but look at that. the top 4 drivers are all lapping either 1 minute 23.2 or 1 minute 23.3. That's very good indeed. And there are plenty of drivers back in the pack also doing 1 minute 23.4s, 1 minute 23.5s. So we've come to the top of the hill. That's out of turn number 8. Now, Van Wijs takes a long look over his shoulder. Levente Sabo is closing in. Will he make his move into turn 11? Realistically, he's got 2 opportunities left. He can do the crossover coming out of this next corner, or he can make a dive bomb going into turn 16.
He stays behind through turn number 12. Now the next uphill here, it will be decided. Can Orion Van Wijs hold his lead in front of Levente Szabo? One more time downhill to the last corners of this lap. This is final lap of this race. Orion Van Wijs leading. And what can do Levente Szabo in the last corners? He did the same a lap before. He stays behind before the last corner. They are out on the starting straight, and it is Orion Van Wijs who takes the win.
So Belgium, a fantastic result by 0.12 of a second, a very sporting shake of the hand. As we watched them, you saw, let's have a think, the battle for 6th back to 16th, between 6th place finisher, between 5th place finisher Fabio Picardo and 16th place finisher Fabian Kopp. 2.5 seconds. You saw them trying to come round the last turn 16 3 wide. There is a look at your result. There are a couple of movers and shakers. Well, what can we tell from that? Nusopoulos and Martelog moved up, and so did Ralchev. Konstantin Tiumentsev dropped back on the last lap, as did Tobias Stuckler. And then we had Nobe, Fabian Kopp dropping to the back, Nico Titsch dropping to the back. There is Afonso Zambujo, also Denmark's Aurelian Ferry. All 25 drivers started that race and finished it. The only penalty, one penalty in that race so far, more may be added afterwards. Eduardo Rodriguez, Bernal Rodriguez, a 3-second penalty. But, I'm going to put Orion Van Wijs down as the latest winner. And I'm going to put Belgium, who now become 2, 4, 6, the 9th nation to win a race today. Here's a look back at the replay. And, Rowan Al-Samiri is looking for, he's looking for his Kuwaiti friend. He's in the next race. But there we go. Let's have a look back at the highlights of this one.
Some highlights from this race. We see at the start, it was only 3rd row for Orion Van Wijs and Levente Szabo. Szabo was on the track 5th and Orion Van Wijs only 6th, and they managed to get in front to fight each other and to finish 1st and 2nd. Remy Loth from the pole position, he finished 3rd. That was the Group B in a second heat today. The Group C is getting ready now, and we will be back on the track shortly. We are back here at Campillos. Orion One Ways just took the win in heat number 2 in Group B. Now Group C we see already in their go-karts and ready to go out on the track. It's number 40 for John Del Valle, who was third fastest overall in a second qualification heat yesterday. Now John Del Valle is starting first. There is number 3 is Laurent Carrier. He is starting on P3 on the grid. The second on the grid is Jack Williamson, and fourth Ahmed El Sisi with number 57, number 25 for Albert Boss, number 80 for Ilya Miftakhudinov, number 49 it's Kevin Trebiatowski, and number 96 Augustin Gamboa, and also in the top 10 Karmo Kerb with number 31 and Luca Corsi with 48. We are ready to go back on the track, waiting for the pit line exit to go green, the lights on the pit line exit, and then we will be ready to race again. Our safety car is there in front. The wind has picked up, wind has changed its direction. We saw really fast lap times on the previous run. Even the best lap time now is 1:23.2 seconds. That's the best during the whole this week for René Loth. We'll see how fast will go this group of drivers in Group C. John Del Valle, it means he got third fastest time in yesterday's second qualification run. Jack Williamson, who is starting second, that means he was seventh fastest yesterday in a second qualifying, and now is starting from the front row of the grid. A short break of silence on the track, and we will be ready to go again. It's number 76 of Jack Williamson. Right behind him, P4 on the grid, is Ahmed El Sisi. And there, in a blue and black overalls, it's Laurent Carrier with number 3. And white and red racing overalls for Ilyas Miftakhudinov, number 80 on his go-kart. Miftakhudinov starting 5th in this race. Will we see the same fast lap times as in previous race? In a very short time the lap times improved more than during the whole day yesterday. Was the wind? Was there something else that changed? It is highly impossible that drivers could have found something not yet found on this track during previous race, and besides that we saw more than half of the drivers of previous heat going into 1:23. How fast will go those ones who are in the go-karts already and still staying in the shade, waiting for the green light at the exit of pit lane, and then going on the track for 10 more minutes plus 1 lap. Now Group C waiting to go on the grid, then Group D, and after that we will see kids and juniors on the track, and then there will be a shorter break before third heats today. Now we are ready to race, and just a few moments of silence on the track, and then the racing will resume here at Saudi World Series International Finals in Campillos, Spain. It's 32 degrees outside now. It's as hot as it gets here, and on the track it's getting even hotter. The engines are on and running. We are ready to race again. John Del Valle and Jack Williamson from the front row, Carrier and El Sisi Behind Miftah Khudinov and a boss from third row, fourth for Trzebiatowski and Gamboa, then Kerb and Corsi, and after top 10 it's Kyle Adita Kumaran and Adam Ben Haj, then row number 7 for Matias Alfaro and Hiromitsu Vaga, row number 8 it's Yves Normand and Alexis Melis, row number 9 Yakov Maderatsa and Dmitro Demyanenko, in 19th on the grid is Malik Firas, and 20th is Karol Kwidzinski, then Travis Otiers, Maxim Leduc, Christopher Zaune, On Kai Shen, Arthur Jerome Go, and Alif Putra.
Yep, let's look back. Spain, the United Kingdom, France, Egypt, Ukraine, the Netherlands, Poland, Chile, Estonia, Italy, India, Greece, Japan, Canada, Croatia, Jordan, South Africa, Latvia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. As we've got a couple, those are the nationalities in this race. Couple of questions on the live chat. Are we going to be airing the live coverage of the 12 hours endurance tomorrow? Yes, we are. Is Gonçalves in this group? No, he's not. And why is the safety car out there? Well, it's to keep the drivers in the correct order so they don't try and sneakily move up a couple of places on the starting grid. So effectively it's the safety cart. And I have to say, so I have driven a two-seater cart with people with disabilities. I've done it all over the world, and the two-seater carts, they may look a little bit comical. However, they give people with disabilities who can't drive themselves, they give them the thrill and the experience of what it's like to sit in, even if it's a rental cart, it's karting and it's fun.
And we have good news for Pedro Goncalves fans. You have not missed anything.
No, you haven't.
Pedro Goncalves will be on the next race on the track. So Group D, wait for Pedro Goncalves. He is starting 9th.
I'm waiting for the lap record to go in this race. Either Jack Williamson or Jean Del Valle. It stands this week at 1 minute 23.258. Someone, I think, is going to break it in this race. Is it going to be the local Ace Del Valle? Is it going to be Jackpot from the UK? What about Carrier or Ahmed El Sisi, the Egyptian who's been having a fantastic week so far? We are off and racing. It's a good start from Del Valle. Jackpot trying to come across and squeeze him to the inside.
And Del Valle is at the front, started great, got a great line before the first corner, and now he's leading number 40. It's Jack Williamson holding second with his number 76, going narrower line during the fourth and fifth corners, and now the uphill part of the track continues, and here we are on the highest point of the track, and now going downhill full throttle.
Yes, indeed. In the turquoise race suit, Laurent Carrier has already latched on to the back of the top two. Somebody kicking up the dust further back. Cart skins for the win. I don't know if I can live with that. Somebody was asking, how do I drive? It's simple. You go and you find your nearest rental kart circuit that runs Sodi World Series qualifiers. If you type in Sodi World Series to Google and go to their website, there will be a list of tracks around the world that host qualifying events.
And they are a lot.
And, 13,000 drivers competed in at least one Sprint Cup qualifying event, let alone the Ladies Cup, let alone the Masters or the Endurance or the Kids or the Juniors. So
it won't be easy.
But it won't be easy.
It's worth it.
But it's worth it. Now, Jack Williamson chasing number 40, pushing away. There's the number 57 cart. That's Ahmed El Sisi. He's dropped back to 7th position at the moment, but Del Valle, who had that great battle with Ilyas Miftakudinov from Ukraine
And
in his first race. They're battling for the win.
And now it seems like Laurent Carrier cannot decide which company he wants to join, the two at the front or the biggest one at the back.
Well, he would like to join these two. Whether they'll let him in is a different kettle of fish. They're like bouncers on the door of a nightclub. Nah, sorry, Laurier, your name's not down, you're not coming in. Out of the next corner, up towards, they're coming down towards turn number 16 now. Jack Williamson knows John Del Valle is the ace around here. So he is learning, and their pace, Laurent Carrier, he's still standing in the queue outside the nightclub because these two are holding the door closed for the VIP room at the front of the field.
And now Carrier is fallen back to Ilyas Miftakudinov, who is currently fourth, but they just catched Carrier. There is Miftakudinov, Boss, Kumaran and LCC.
Yeah, Miftakudinov with the white race suit, the red top to his crash helmet there, behind Laurent Carrier. Boss Kyle Kumaran, the Indian Express. There goes Kyle, finding his form at long last. The driver that was runner-up in the world in the Rotax Grand Finals in the DD2 class. That's not rental kart racing, that's two-stroke racing in Bahrain in 2021. And he's been working and doing a lot of driver coaching, hasn't done much racing, qualified at the Dubai Kartdrome for this event. And so Kyle Kumaran, the Indian Express, in fifth position, probably the most experienced driver here in terms of, global racing. So Kyle is heading toward the front. Francisco Bustamante, Vamos Chile. Where are our Chilean drivers in this race? The answer is they're nowhere because there's no Chilean driver. Oh, yes, there are. Sorry. Number 52.
Anyway,
Matias Alfaro. Matias Alfaro is 20th at the moment.
And now it seems like we have a clear strategy. You find one person with whom you will go slipstreaming, pushing him in front and running away from everyone else, and then on the last lap decide who will take the win. That's what are doing now Del Valle and Williamson at the front there.
Yeah, they both, everyone's realizing.
Miftakudinov is up to P3.
I think because this track is so fast on these rental karts with there's only a few braking zones, you have to just sacrifice the first few laps, not race, work, push. Let's see. Kyle Kumaran. Different race suit today for Kyle. He had his Mumbai Falcons suit yesterday, but wasn't wonderfully happy with how he was going. Now he seems to be far more comfortable with his surroundings. Head down. He's going to get... Oh, that was, who was that trying to pass it? That's Ahmed El-Sisi. El-Sisi doesn't make it through. Kumaran still trying to pass Carrier, but look at Miftakudinov pulling away. How much time? 4.5 minutes to go. And we'll check the lap times. Last time around, Del Valle did a 1:23.7. He does a 1:23.6 this lap. But it's, ready, Chile, I want to hear the chilele, because number 96, Augustine Gamboa, has just set the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 23.5.
It's Del Valle still at the front and Williamson chasing Miftakudinov. It seemed like he tried to negotiate with Carrier to try to catch the leaders and not to fight each other. Now they are pretty much alone again. Miftakudinov and Carrier, Kumaran and El-Sisi, they made the third pair in this race.
Yeah, Luca Corsi up at the 9th place for Italy, just behind Trzepiatowski. Albert Boss is 7th. There is Kumaran now in front of Carrier, but behind El-Sisi. El-Sisi to 4th. And look at that, Miftakudinov trying to say to Ahmed El-Sisi, come on, let's do something. Well, the gap is 1.6 seconds. 3 minutes to go. It's not impossible, but it's getting very, very difficult.
And those negotiations did not went well. Ilyas Miftakudinov now is down to P4 again, and then it's LCC who moved up to third, but the gap to the leaders is increasing while they are fighting each other.
Here we go. Up the hill, Del Valle. Williamson is learning. He's not just like, following Del Valle. He's looking, he's studying what curbs is Del Valle using. Del Valle, 23.564. Getting quicker. Jack Williamson is copying. He's thinking to himself, if I want to win this, says Jackpot, John Del Valle is one of the drivers I'm definitely going to have to beat, without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, penalties coming in for number 14, Adam Ben-Haj, who missed his first race, and he's not going well in this one. He's down to 17th position. Another penalty, number 32, Dmitry Demianenko. He's down in 25th position. And, it's an 8-second penalty now. Demianenko is having a shocker. He's had 1 3-second penalty and now a 5-second penalty.
He must have done something terrible.
Well,
we didn't see that.
He's pushed one
so far
drive.
behind.
He got one penalty for just pushing someone wide, and another penalty for pushing someone off.
One penalty is push to pass, another is just hard push. So
yes,
it was not successful.
It was just a right good old-fashioned launching, is what it was. LCC, Miftakudinov, Kumaran, P3, P4, P5. Making their way. The gap is 1.7 seconds now. It's come down a little bit. We've got less than a minute to go. Are we going to get that 9th lap in the books? Still, Gamboa with the fastest lap of the race, 123.5. He's up to 11th, just behind Jordan's number 58 driver, Malik Firas.
And a small gap was there for John Del Valle, and on this lap again Jack Williamson is right behind him, and they are fighting last 30 seconds in this race, and it seems like we will have another race with 9 instead of 8 laps.
Yep, now Del Valle begins to defend. Williamson begins to work his way around Del Valle.
What a great drive from Williamson. He moved all his way to the outside front wheel just to go a little bit narrower during that corner. That was 2 corners before the end of the lap, and on the starting straight he is side by side. Jack Williamson goes through. This is uphill part of the track. If he manages to stay there, he has almost won. What can do John Del Valle?
1 3/4 laps to go. Oh, Jack Williamson, you've just learnt a very important lesson. That you never leave the door even half open. Del Valle back to the inside. Okay, that's going to be something they both remember. And here comes LCC and Miftakudinov. It's Spain, the UK, Egypt and Ukraine. Del Valle defends. Williamson will try and get the cutback. This isn't even the last lap yet.
And going to the inside line before 12th corner, it's John Del Valle, and now Dan moves up to the ideal line during this corner, looking over his shoulder. Jack Williamson is there, LCC is there, Miftakudinov is there. They are 4 of them now fighting, and we have more than 1 lap to go.
Yes, indeed. They're battling as though it were the last lap. And now the top 3. Here comes LCC to the inside. No. Good scrap. In P5, Kyle Kumaran also closing in. Carrier, Boss, Corsi, Williamson being pushed along by LCC. What a slipstream. Oh, Del Valle slowing.
What happened to Del Valle? Okay.
I think Del Valle thought it was the last lap. I think Del Valle thought it was the last lap. It's not the last lap. You go till you see the checkered flag, John.
It's now the last lap. Williamson got pushed by LCC, and they both went in front of Del Valle. But now Del Valle almost stopped or is still running. We do not see him on the screens, but maybe as Henry said, he thought that race is over because every race before was 8 laps, but now lap times have improved and we are running 9 laps races.
What's the golden rule in racing? You race till you see the checkers, and there was no checkers. And here we go. It's Williamson. They crossed the line just before the clock struck 0. That's why they got the extra lap in. Mifta Kudinov in third. It's Williamson defending. If the one driver you think would never make a mistake like that at this circuit has just made it, John Del Valle, it goes to show just how much highly pressured this event is. Curl Kumaran to third, but Jackpot has nailed it. You gotta bet on black with Jack. He wins Heat 2. Where is John Del Valle? The answer is 8th.
And great drive from Ilyas Miftakudinov through last 3 corners, and he moved up to 2nd place during this short part of the track. That was a very great tactical lines from Ilyas Miftakudinov, and that will get him 2nd place in this race. Kumaran in 3rd, LCC 4th, then Boss in P5, then Corsi and Zebiatovsky, Del Valle in P8 after such a mistake, and there comes penalty. It is for Ilyas Miftakudinov, and with a 3 seconds penalty, he still is in front of John Del Valle in P7, but that moves Kumaran up to P2 and LCC in top 3.
So the UK, India, Egypt, top 3. Boss 4th. Corsi with the fastest lap of the race in 5th, 1 minute 23.557. Trebiatovsky, Miftakudinov, Del Valle is 8th, Carrier is 9th, Firaz, Kerb, Gamboa, Mellis, Normand, Madiratsa, Leduc from Canada, Adam Benhaj after his penalty, Tsauna, then from Malaysia, Kai Shen in 19th, Kwidzinski, Orters from South Africa 21st, Waga 22nd from Japan, Alfaro from Chile 23rd, then Damianenko, and rounding out the field, Arthur Go from the Philippines.
That was the Group C in the heat number 2. We still have 1 group to go in a sprint cup, and then kids and junior categories will be on the track before one shorter break and the last break today. Then we will start the 3rd heat running on the track here in Campillos. Jack Williamson just took the win and moved up to 2nd place after Ilyas Miftakudinov's penalty. It's number 97 of Adita Kumaran. He started from P11 and is 2nd over the finish line. So Kyle Adita Kumaran takes the 2nd place. There is Ahmed El Sisi in P3, followed by Albert Boss in P4. Number 48 of Luca Corsi in P5. He also started in P10 only and now moved 5 spots up during those 10 minutes plus 1 lap. Then P6 Trzebiatowski and Ilyas Miftakudinov, after 3 seconds penalty applied, is classified 7th. John Del Valle, what happened to him really? He thought that race is over. He is classified in position number 8. Carrier is 9th, Firas 10th, then Karmo Kerb, Gamboa, Melis, Normand, Madiratsa, Leduc in P16, P17 for Benhaj, Taune is 18th, then Kaishen and Kwidzinski completing top 20. Then comes Oters, Vaga, Alfaro, Demyanenko and Go. That's for Group C, and now we are preparing our next group of drivers. And formation lap has started. Group D proceeding to their starting spots. It's Alan Seagal with number 75 starting from pole position in Group D. Together with him on the front row on the grid is Federico Concina. Then second row for Victor Vota, number 44, and Kevin Herto, number 101 in P4. Third row is Christian Perez and Davis Zalmans. Then in the fourth row on the grid is Quentin Janin and Clemens Pichler. Then P9 for Pedro Goncalves and Anthony Malvesin. 11th on the grid, Tommaso Pozzetti and Grigory Melnikov. Then Alexis Janin and Octavian Lungu. Row number 8 for Hirofumi Yamaguchi and Alan Begon. Then Franciszek Morawiak and Kevin Tuvena. 19th on the grid is Ting Ma Jian and 20th is Franco Kekes, then Stepan Jankovic, Daniel Skokan, and we are racing again. Alan Seagal getting off the line pretty fast. It's Victor Vota following him from the inside line, and also Christian Perez gets a great tow following Victor Vota and moving up.
Already it looks like, there's some three-wide action there. That's Matthias, that's not Carnajak, he was in the earlier race. I think that was the number 19 car, possibly Tommaso Pozzetti. A spin, no, who is that? We'll catch up with that driver in a little bit. But as we watch the opening lap, I've got to say, I just interviewed Jack Williamson for the paddock on the podium, and he said that, and there's drivers going wide there, but he said that when they came across the line to start 2 laps to go, there was only a couple of seconds left on the clock, and because Jack Williams was being pushed by Ahmed Al-Sisi, he said John Del Valle had his head down and didn't see the fact they crossed the line with 2 seconds to go. That's why. So it was just a mistake from Del Valle.
And that means only one thing. If you finish in next race behind Del Valle, do not try to overtake him on the cooling down lap. He will not let that happen again.
No, exactly. Now we got Victor Vota back to the lead. A place where he is desperate to be come Saturday afternoon. As we're looking there, Perez Lara, Van Weiss, Williamson, Vota at the moment would be, he's obviously taking the win. They're the 4 winners of the second row of the grid. Once again, now I spoke to, when I was coming back there, number 66, that's Fawaz Youssef. Fawaz Youssef from his circuit, the Kuwait Motor Town. He's the very first Kuwaiti to ever qualify for this event. He says, I know you're probably not going to see me because I'm out at the back, but tell all the people from Kuwait, I love the fact that you're watching me. Thank you. Shukran.
And anyway, he is between 105 best of the best drivers in the whole Saudi World Series.
Exactly. Here we go then. Vota, Seagal, Perez, Concina, Hertold, Zalmans, Goncalves, both Janins, 8th and 9th, Quentin ahead of Alexis. Then it's Tommaso Pozzetti, Octavian Lungu, Kekes, Melnikov, Malvesin, Tuvenin, Yamaguchi, Ma from Singapore. Fahaz Youssef is up to 18th place.
And Victor Vota leading the group in a P1. They are coming across the finish line for the first full flying lap in this race. And Vota's time, we will see how fast he is going now. There is a Seagal following less than 1/10 of a second behind him. It's 24.5. Still, we saw the fastest lap times 2 races ago, and not so fast in the previous one.
I know. But
they were fighting.
They were fighting, yes. Up the hill, be interesting. So one thing you got to say to the drivers: keep an eye on the clock. Because keep an eye on the clock.
Just wait for the checkered flag.
And don't stop until you see the checkered flag.
You may not recognize the clock. Just see checkered flag.
Exactly. Everyone knows what that looks like. Which one of these drivers is going to see it first in this race? Christian Perez, looking to the inside. Perez. He won his first heat race. So, Diego Perez Lara is the only double heat winner so far. We've had 2 rounds of heats for masters, 2 rounds of heats for the ladies. This will be...
And goes inside Alan Segal, and now Victor Vota is second again. Alan Segal, who started from pole position, now is first, but there comes Christian Perez trying to use this situation and get in front of Vota. Vota now is down to 3rd place.
Oh, look at the slipstream though. Perez pulled out to pass number 75 Alan Segal, and I think Victor Vota went, okay, I'm going to hang my hat on your wagon and follow you through. Segal now battling wheel to wheel with the number 16 of Federico Consina. And that's going to cost them a little bit of space. We're 3 wide. That's Quentin Yanin to the inside.
And great battle for the lead. There goes Christian Perez leading now, and it seems like you have to get at least 2 seconds in front, or you need at least one company to get away from everyone else.
And I think Alan Seagal's supporters on the live chat saying, come on Alan, you've got to defend. Sometimes if 5 minutes to go, you cannot defend when there is a train of carts. Or, I mean, look at where Alan has dropped down to. If you get moved out of the way, you're going to lose a bunch of places.
We just saw it with Victor Vota. He tried to defend his position and lost 1 more.
Yes, exactly. Look at the leader, Perez, trying to take what would be a 4th win for Spain today, all of which have come, the first 3 of which have come in this class, the sprint class. I'd say the main class, but it's the sort of the headline class, the original, traditional class of this event. I've got to say, though, we've got support, but yeah, Mr. Gonçalves, his supporters are back in. But there's more Kuwaiti flags than anything in the live chat, which I'm pleased with.
And Goncalves has moved up from P9 to P5 already, so quite a successful race for him and for his supporters.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to see, obviously the Kuwaiti flags have been, Youssef is down to 23rd now, which isn't last. Linus Rentmeister is just behind him. Penalties. 3-second penalty for Alain Begon for a push to pass, and a 5-second penalty for Linus Rentmeister for a hard push. Now, Fawaz Youssef was way further up the order, and Rentmeister was behind him. I think that the hard push from Rentmeister might have been on Youssef, and that's why Youssef has dropped down the order. And now we're seeing the French flags come in. So the French are still there. Quentin Yanin is now the best of the French drivers. There he is in 4th position. The 2 Yanin brothers. And Perez isn't being allowed to escape, is he?
No, he's not escaping. There was a bigger gap behind him a lap ago, and now it's Contina, Vota, Janine, and Goncalves all chasing him. We have 2.5 minutes to go, and supposedly 3 laps.
Maybe 3 laps. Now, a very, very important question has come across my desk here. In the UK, I'm known for drinking it. You would know this. Iron Brew is a fantastic drink. Brewed in Scotland.
I will believe you.
It's wonderful. Made of Glasgow Gurders. Brandon Klein-Nagelvort is asking me if I found a Spanish version of Iron Brew. I haven't, but Limon Fanta Limon is an acceptable substitute to keep me sugared. I just thought I'd let you know. It's important to let you know.
It was advertising break or not?
Fanta Limon is an acceptable substitute when there's no brew around. Here we go. It's a non-alcoholic drink, obviously. New leader. It's Italy's. No. Got a little bit carried away there.
Conchina moved to front, and Perez gets back his position there. There is also Victor Vota waiting for his opportunity. I think there is no one rushing to early get in front of everyone, because no one was able to pull away. we need two drivers to pull away from the pack, and they are not working so great together. We have 5 drivers in one row.
I think we're going to have more than that pretty soon. I think we're going to have 9 drivers, because Octavian Lungu from Moldova and Tommaso Pozzetti from Italy are catching the pack up. Lungu is in the bright yellow race suit, and now Christian Perez is defending. Change for third place. Here comes Quentin Janin.
It's fight for first, fight for third. Janin goes through, and can he get second from fourth in one corner? He's outside going uphill. Then second place now is Conchina, and right in front is Perez.
And look at that line. Perez looks over his shoulder. Now, there's a move with it. Oh, and that was a bit of a move out of the way from the number 46. And, Pedro Gonçalves. Well, we'll have to see what happens, but certainly that was a push. Here we go. Perez, he did cross the line. This is not the final lap. He made it across the line by 1 second. 1 minute 23.304. Fastest lap of the race from Alan Segal. So even though he didn't defend earlier, the driver of kart number 75, who is in 6th position at the moment, has got the fastest wagon in the train.
Are those good news for Perez or not? Now Christian Perez is leading, but only half a second behind him is more than 10 drivers. There is Conchina, Goncalves, Vota and Lungu. There is one more penalty applied. That's for number 85.
Oh, Quentin Janin. A 3-second penalty for pushing Quentin Janin. Where will that drop him? It'll drop him to 9th. But if you have a little look there, the number 85 kart is what he has dropped. There's Alexis Janin. Quentin Janin has dropped back a little bit.
And somehow Perez is pulling away. Christian Perez still a little bit more than 1 lap to go and is increasing his lead. There is Conchina and Goncalves.
Octavian Lungu picking up another position in kart number 20. Octavian, who finished 68th in this race last year. There he is, the bright yellow race suit, black crash helmet. He's on for Moldova's best result of the Saudi World Series Finals.
And Victor Vota has lost 1 place to Pedro Goncalves. Goncalves now moved up to 3rd, starting from P9.
But it looks as though Christian Perez is going to hold off. This is going to be the best Sprint Cup result for Italy. Federico Consina in kart number 16. The Lignano circuit entered driver. Lignano, which held the 2019 Saudi World Series Finals. He's trying his best, but I mean, he's running out of corner skirts.
We are approaching end of the lap and end of the race. Only a few corners are left. There is Christian Perez leading, and a little bit too big gap for Federico Concina to fight for the lead. Anyway, he can be happy. There is no more those 10 cars behind him, and he can take his second place. Looking over his shoulder, there is no one. Christian Perez takes the win, and Federico Concina is second. Victor Vota moves back to 3rd place on the very last lap of this race.
And that was there was a side-by-side finish between Vota and Goncalves. They cross the line side-by-side. Vota takes it by 13. Well, actually, Vota takes 3rd place by 1/1000th of a second. Alan Segal is 5th with the fastest lap of the race, a 123.304. Kevin Tuvenin, Alexis Janin, Octavian Lungu, and then Grigory Melnikov and Poro Tommaso Pozzetti. He dropped back a little bit there to 10th on the last lap. Then we have Croatia with Franco Kekes in 11th. Davis Zalmans 12th. After his penalty, Quentin Yanin drops to 13th, followed by the number 28 of Franizek Morowiak, Malvesin, Yamaguchi, Begon, Jankovic, Ma, Pichler, Skokan, Hertold, Rentmeister. Unfortunately, Fawaz Youssef had to retire in the end, maybe with a bit of a rib injury because he was involved in an incident. Hopefully he'll be okay. We'll see him for his last race a bit later on. Let's have a quick look at the replay, and after this replay we will take a very short break with Perez leading. Lungu there getting force wide. He would recover very well and drop a couple of places on the closing lap, but Perez, he was hunted down, a lot of battling. There was Gonçalves getting pushed a bit wide from Victor Vota, but a win, another win for Perez, and that will be Spain's 4th win of the day. Welcome back to Campillos and the start of Heat 2 for the kids. Here we go. Pole position for Croatia, Franjo Toncic. Jude the Duck Puddyfoot on the outside of row number 1. Hungary with Marc Vergez on the inside of row number 2, and Livio Innocenti, Italian sounding, but he is French. Sam Nygren from Sweden, and then it is Denis Mares from the Czech Republic. Then it is Jokubas Kaminskas and Esteban Freihuber on row number 4. Agaliki Nusapulu and South Africa's Ricky Weinstein. On the 5th row of the grid already, the South Africans are in the live chat supporting young Ricky. Marcel Krekshans, Max Piaczek, Nolan Hebet, Tamim Firas, Matisse Aita Rajwe Cheng, who of course won the first heat on the road but got a penalty, Theo Noland, Ryusi Takagi, Katoro Asanuma, race 1 winner, Luka Bogoslavic. Tell you what, I'll start that one again, ladies and gentlemen. I promise I wasn't drinking during the lunch break. Luka Bogosavljevic. Nearly.
You almost nailed it.
Almost nailed it. Rodrigo Cakers, Javier Brusso, Evan Danasawara from Indonesia. Then we have Enzo Bashalia, Juraj Mikosh, Alexander Derswicki, Kazuki Yamada, Paul Liedmer, Jacob Daniel, driving for Lebanon at heart, even though he's representing France, and Enzo Felix from the USA. We do have a moderator, Greg Smith, and comments that aren't in the best of taste will be deleted. Thank you. You know what they say about Scunthorpe? What's that word you can't spell without... Anyway, yeah, Ricky One Time is from South Africa. I got a teenage son who watches TikTok as well, Greg. Now, Kartskins. Another win for Kartskins in... That's more like it, young G. Jude Puddyfoot. I'm not against Kartskins. I'll never fit in one, unfortunately. I'm all for new products.
They are pretty elastic.
They are pretty. Yes, I wouldn't. I know. I would probably get one in one, but it wouldn't be pleasant.
Try.
It wouldn't be pleasant to look at. But hey, they're going to be homologated. They satisfy all the safety requirements, which is the most important thing. And hey, if they're competitively priced or a bit cheaper than the regular race suits, I'm all for that. Helping bring costs in karting down. Speaking of coming down, the green flag has just come down. Kurtz Timrots, we're off in Kids Cup.
And Franjo Toncic is slow off the grid. Jude Puddyfoot is in front, still holding inside line. Franjo Toncic, can Puddyfoot move in front? Yes, he can, and he is leading this race right from the beginning. Franjo Toncic was slow in the first few meters from the starting grid, and now he's running second. And Jude Puddyfoot, what a great start for him.
Up to turn number 6 now, down around that bottom chicane, up the hill towards the top part of the circuit. And yes, it looks like the duck is, well, there's no chance of swimming away. Like the rubber duck, convoy looks, don't look behind you, looks like you've got a convoy following you.
There is not a convoy, there is a crowd following him now. During the 11th corner on the track, Puddyfoot went away during this uphill part of the track, and now everyone else is just on his back there.
And I know that we obviously focus a lot on the front runners, but down in 29th position, young Enzo Felix. He's got support online from fellow racers from the karting on-track karting in Wallingford, Connecticut. I spoke to young Enzo and his dad. His dad's from Portugal. Enzo only came to visit Spain and Portugal for the first time last year. He's never been abroad to race, and he's having a wonderful experience, even though he knows he's maybe not as quick as some of the others. Look at this action, Gert's team rock.
It's Livio Innocenti made a great move. Will the stewards agree to that? We will see a little bit later, but he went from 4th to 2nd in just a few corners.
Oh dear, it's all kicked off. The number 20 kart running very wide over the stones. Who is that that's got spun around? That was always going to happen. Oh dear, and a mechanical issue, and that's the number 13 kart, who Alexander Trzwicki, the Polish driver from Top 1 Karting, he just came upon a kart that was very, very slow indeed. We'll catch up with the numbers of who is going to fall down the order. People are watching from all over the world. I've never heard of this country. Someone's watching from computer science. Oh, that's Vinny. He's in school watching his friend Jude Puddyfoot, hoping not to get caught by his teachers. But yeah,
if he's in computer science, he knows how to do that.
Yes, if he's in computer
science.
That's
the first thing you need to learn in a computer science, how to watch YouTube so the teacher does not notice.
And I tell you what, if you're Vinny's computer science teacher back in England and he gets in trouble, get him to replay this. Mrs. or Mr. whatever your name is in computer science at Vinny's school, please allow him to watch his mate Jude Puddyfoot race for his country at a global international kart event. Signed Sodi Kart. How's that? And that goes for anyone watching in any school around the world. Now, who was the driver that dropped down the order? We'll find out this time around. I think it was Berges, the Hungarian driver, who was up in there. Let's have a look. It was. So, Berges was the driver that spun. David Mares was the driver in kart number 20 that ran wide. And the driver that finished first on the road, Matisse Aita Rajwe Cheng, is down in 24th.
And the leaders are still fighting for the win. It's Jude Puddyfoot still leading, but very, very dangerous opponent is right behind him. It's Livio Innocenti. He got the great overtaking moves during this race already, and now there is only one go-kart left in front of him, and it's Jude Puddyfoot.
Yes, indeed. And I've got Henry King from the UAE watching on. He's waiting for William Van Leersum. Henry King and William Van Leersum, they both race in the UAE Rotax Max Challenge, and Henry's going to be racing at the next event that, well, not the next event that I'm commentating on, in 2 weeks' time. I've got another event in the UK between then, the Rotax Max International Trophy at Le Mans in France. And Puddyfoot, that's a two-stroke race. This is obviously rental kart racing, but this is I mean, there was a K1 rental kart world championship in the USA. That's not a world championship. This is the closest thing to a rental kart world championship in the world.
They are going faster and faster. 1 minute 34.0 for Puddyfoot and Innocenti. They are separated by less than 1/10 of a second, running away from everyone else already. 2.3 seconds behind them is a free track, and then come Sam Nygren and Franjo Toncic in P4. Now Puddyfoot still leading, but for how long will stay there? Innocenti, he moved from P5 to P4, then in one move to P2, and now is chasing the leader.
Yes, indeed. Innocenti tucking his head down, red race suit, white crash helmet. 2.3 seconds is the gap back to Sam Nygren in third. Piacek is fourth. Firaz is fifth. Jordan are running in fifth position. Agaliki Nusapoulou, the young lady for Greece, is up to sixth. Our pole sitter, Franjo Toncic, is down to seventh. Theo Noland is up to eighth. And Yamada and Kaminskas for Japan and Lithuania are rounding out your top 10.
There comes Rodrigo KartCenter now in P11, Freihuber following him, then Krishans and Hebete Brousseau in P15. Bogoslavljevic is only in P16 this race.
And Ricky Weinstein, he's dropped down the order because he was involved in that incident. I think that he was the kart that was slow in the middle of the track that the number 13, Alexander Drezewicki, crashed into coming up the hill. So Ricky one time is dropping down the order, but he was 18th. He's now back to 15th place, so he is making a move.
Jude Padfoot is leading. They have a very, very comfortable gap behind them, Padfoot and Innocenti. They are fighting each other. Here is a fight for third between Nigren and Piatek. Also Firas behind there. They are changing places, fighting for third, fourth and fifth. But Jude Padfoot going in a first position now. He will lead the standings after 2 heats in kids category. He will have the maximum points, 60 points for 2 races, and even if he loses this first place to Innocenti, he still will be the leader after 2 heats.
And of course, let's not forget, it's not who crosses the line first in Saturday's final. It's who accumulates the most points from qualifying, the 3 heat races today, the super heat on Saturday morning, and then the final. There's no sprint racing tomorrow, but we're going to be live all day. That's the turn of the 12-hour endurance race. And 2 years ago in Slovakia, that was settled by 12 seconds.
But now it's important for Jude Padfoot not to win this race, but not to lose second place. They are away in front, and even if he gives away the first spot for Innocenti is only P6 after 2 heats, so he is actually not yet conquering Jude Padfoot's first position in overalls.
Now these 2 drivers, they are just doing exactly what they need to do. They have opened out a 3-second lead. The battle for third place is a good one between the number 11 of Piatek, the 17 of Firas. Here it is. There we go. Look at number 17, Tamim Firas, qualified from the Fun Extreme circuit in Saudi Arabia, but he represents Jordan. Him and his brother are here. They're the only 2 Jordanians racing, and look at him go. Jordan have got a couple of very good kart racers. Hamza Al-Fayez is one of them. And Hamza, I think, is looking to move into car racing next year. But there is Firas. Head down, just being smart, confident, cool, knowing what he has to do. Not trying to take third place that could result in them both dropping back into the hands of 5th place driver, Sweden, Sam Nygren.
And Jude Padfoot leading. We still have more than 20 seconds to go. They are crossing the finish line, and 2 laps till the end of this race. Jude Padfoot leading, and Livio Innocenti right behind him. Will he try to overtake? We can be almost certain about it. Question is when, in this lap or in the last one?
And Livio Innocenti. This is not to upset the Jude Padfoot fans. How many times have you seen a kart race where it's just like this? 2 drivers pull away, 1 driver leads virtually the entire race, and then somewhere around the last lap they get pipped for the victory. I'm not saying it's going to happen this time, but defending on the last lap. Don't forget, Innocenti has had the entire race to judge where his kart might be better than Padfoot's, where his racing lines might be
and
better.
now he gets better line going a second time uphill during this lap. Jude Putterfoot just got the best lap time of this race. Now he's defending his line into this corner. Jude Putterfoot is at the front. They are going downhill again. There is one full lap to go. Innocenti goes inside 3 corners before the end of the lap. Jude Putterfoot is still on the inside on penultimate corner. Side by side they are going into the last corner, and Innocenti is inside on the right, on the left side of the track is Jude Putterfoot. They are driving across the finish line, and one more lap to go. Uphill way after the first corner. Innocenti is leading, but that is a chance for Jude Putterfoot. He got better line into the first corner. He can accumulate this speed uphill and then try to do something about this first place of Innocenti, and he does!
Side by side, Innocenti then retakes the lead. Puddyfoot with the crossover. Last time around they did identical lap times, 1:33.353, but Puddyfoot lost momentum going up the hill towards turn number 8, trying that move back on the inside of Innocenti. And I hate to say, I mean, it's not over yet, but you've seen it happen so many times. Innocenti could just wait and pick his moment. What this does mean is that Puddyfoot still would be ahead of the at the points standings.
By 6 points.
Yeah, Innocenti would be 5th. Here comes the battle for 3rd. Marcel Piatek and Tamim Firas. They're going to catch Puddyfoot, are they? Oh, I think they're going to run out of time. But Livio Innocenti is going to take the win.
Livio Innocenti at the front, and Jude Putterfoot second. Great battle between those two drivers. Jude Putterfoot did everything to get back his position during this last lap. This uphill way, the great line in the first corner, and getting side by side. He did everything he could. Great race from Jude Putterfoot.
And I know we concentrated on the leaders throughout that race, but just behind the top 4, Piatek held on from Firas. Theo Noland comes home to take 5th position from 16th on the grid. Agaliki Nusapulu, she moves up from 9th to 6th. That is important because Agaliki will start the next race from pole position. Sam Nygren dropped to 7th. Rodrigo Kekas to 8th. Yamada was 9th. And before I start, 11th place for Ricky Weinstein. If you don't just type in Ricky one time into Instagram or TikTok, and you'll get the joke. I will say it. Ricky one time finishes in 11th position. The pole sitter Franco Tonchik is down to 12th. Kaminskas, Juraj Mikosh, Brousseau, Indonesia, Darasawara, 16th position. But what about our race 1 winner, Gertz?
Where is he? He is down.
Well, I can see him, but yes. I thought if I asked the question, you'd say his name and I wouldn't get it wrong.
P18. What went wrong for Bogosavljevic?
Bogosavljevic. I get it right. Takagi, Hebet, Mares, Rajwe Cheng, Hasanama, Bashalia, Liedma, Jacob, Felix, and then Drzwicki and Berthez. That was the demise of Djasevic. We didn't quite see where Ricky Weinstein went down. Yeah, everyone, people in South Africa know what Ricky one time is. And great race. And you know what? Not a single penalty.
Considering everything what happened on the track during those 10 minutes plus 1 lap, no penalties. That's absolutely astonishing, driving from all those juniors on the track in kids category. And Livio Innocenti takes the win. Jude Putterfoot, after a fantastic battle with Italian, takes second. Then It's Max Piatek who started only 12th on the grid, is on the finish line in P3. Then Firas and Noland, Nosopolo in P6, Sam Nigran in P7. Rodrigo Kakers was 20th on the grid and over the finish line in P8. Then Yamada and Krishans completing top 10 in front of Weinstein, Toncic, Kaminskas, Mikosh and Brousseau. The kids category now can prepare for their third heat already. We are waiting juniors on the track, and then will be a short break before third heat today. And juniors going back into the pit lane, taking their go-karts and ready for heat number 2. One more race in the second heat today. It's Igor Polak starting from pole position with number 28. Second on the grid is Emil Forker, number 26, just outside of our view on the right side of the screen. Now the second row is Teo Di Vincenzo, number 30, accompanied with Mario Sarapullo with number 12 from the outside on the grid. Third row for Sofia Gaborikova in number 29. Michael Wolters with number 27 starting 6th. Then 7th on the grid is Luis Hutter, 8th Mark Beltran. And 5th row on the grid, 9th for Peter Fabry and P10 for Roman Curtis. Kuba Dvernitsky and Otilia Grandberga on row number 6. 7th for Maximilian Sovic and Mario Matias. Aaron Gergely Puzatzeri starting on row number 8. Lucas Santos Joao on side by side with him. Christopher Gustitieri on 9th row on the grid with Timofey Kushniruk. And then 19th on the grid is Elena Pichler and 20th starting Sebastian Shashek. Then there is Oscar Vedlin, Elias Segato, Taiga Nakahara and Maxim Dremin, Ivan Koptiev and William van Leersum starting down the order from only 26th place. Gilles Girard and Kristaps Tennis and then Vladimir Brunot. That's the order for junior heat number 2. And they are going back on the track for the formation lap. One more race in the second heat. Then there will be a short half-an-hour break before we will start third heat of this day. And then we will count the points and see how it will pan out in the overall rankings and who will start where for the super heats tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but Saturday. Tomorrow we will have an endurance race for 12 hours starting at noon and ending at midnight. But now one more race to go in heats number 2 and one more heats after half an hour. Then we will be those drivers will take one day off, but I anyway suppose a lot of them will be here at the circuit watching and cheering for their favorite teams during the endurance race tomorrow. And then on Saturday we will have super heats where there are more points awarded. The driver can get 30 points for the win in the heat and 50 for the win in a super heat. And then there will be a finals at the Saturday evening, and counting all points together we will know who will take the grand trophy and who will be the Saudi World Series champion in 2025 in Sprint Cup, in women, in Masters, in kids and in juniors. Now juniors going through the formation lap. It's Igor Polak at the front with number 28 and Emil Forker with number 26 starting from a front row of the grid. Vladimir Bruno with number 14, Kristaps Tennis 25, Gilles Girard with number 6 at the end of the pack. And there is a safety car at the front and going through the last corners of the lap and proceeding to the starting grid. Here they come. Safety car into the pit lane, warming up his tires. Emil Forker. A straight line to his pole position goes Igor Polak. Here they are, first 4 rows already in their positions. It's Sofia Gaborikova waving to the steward, showing something. There is some problem for Sofia. The steward is there with the red flag talking to her. Sofia Gaborikova starting 5th in this race.
And yeah, I think as you're saying, there's something wrong with the go-karts on the rolling lap. We will keep the comments positive. And if there is anything going on the live chat, we'll ask for that message to be deleted, and that user will be banned. All these drivers have qualified. There is no best or worst driver on this grid. They have all qualified here by rights.
By doing a lot of races, by doing a lot of job and even more practice, they all are winners in their karting tracks, in their countries, in their regions. They are best of the best, and that's why they are here for Saudi World Series International Finals.
There we go. So, yeah, thank you. Again, let's keep the chat really positive. It's been fantastic. What we don't want is the organisers to say, let's cut the live chat for tomorrow and for Saturday, because that would be a real shame, because so many people from around the world and this new country that I've never heard of called computer science have been commenting in. Okay, let's go. This is the last round, last race in heat number 2. We're off and racing.
It's Teo Di Vincenzo starting great from P3. He is right after Igor Polak and pushing him up the hill. They are running away. Teo Di Vincenzo takes second from third on the grid. Not so great start for Emil Forker. Now he's down into the third. Forker already after the start went across the starting straight to the right side. But anyway, Di Vincenzo was in front already.
And around the top of the course at turn number 8. Down the hill, Igor Polak, Emil Forker, Teo Di Vincenzo. There is Sofia Gaborikova with the cat ears on her crash helmet. Down towards turn 11, the whole field plunge along the middle straight, the bottom straight, towards turn number 12.
And here we see the leaders. It's Teo Di Vincenzo right after Igor Polak, and it seems more often that third place on the grid is better than second, because if you manage to stay right behind the leader and the pole position holder is fast enough, you are up to be second.
And already a 2-kart breakaway like we saw in kids up at the front. How long will that last for? Not long by the looks of it, as the leaders come out of the final corner. We cross the line to complete lap number 1. It is the number 28, Igor Polak. Igor Polak, 5th in this event last year. Teo Di Vincenzo, Emil Forker. Then it is Mario Sarapulo, then Sofia Gaborikova, Peter Fabry, Mikhail Wolters, Lewis Hamilton, Louis Hutter, and Roman Curtis. Curtis, who won the opening race.
And we do not know what Gaborikova was complaining about her go-kart, but now she is driving really good, holding 5th place. She started 5th and now is driving 5th. There is Fabry quite close behind and trying to fight for this position, but at the front is Polak and Di Vincenzo. Igor Polak leading, Teo Di Vincenzo second. They pulled away during the first lap, but now it seems everyone is there right behind them.
And that's another of the kart skin suits. That's just not the fact that it's ridden up over his knees for Teo Di Vincenzo. He's just a very tall junior driver.
It's hot out there.
It is very hot out there. But look at the lead group, all in a single file. 2, 4, 6. That's Louis Hutter there pointing to the engine saying, look, follow me. I think my engine's really good. Well, the engines are all brand new. They say they're all equal, and of course, they come out of the factory equal, but each engine, has its own different personality, shall we say.
Anyway, it's a petrol engine. There is always some adjustments, and Saudi Kart are doing everything possible to make them all equal, and they are working whole time during the event, so the engines and go-karts are completely equal, and everyone got his chance, and the go-karts are randomly allocated for each drive. Each time the driver gets different kart. Exactly.
And let's have a look. Well, 1 minute 35. Oh, that was a fast lap from Louis Hutter on the first lap. That will come down, I am sure. Igor Polak continues to lead the way. Looking at some of the other drivers, well, Roman Curtis, 10th on the grid. He's up to 7th. The fastest driver on this lap is driver number 23, Mario Matias, from the Cartodromo de Évora in Portugal. 7th in juniors last year, and he is down the order a little bit, but he is travelling very quickly. He's 13th at the moment.
Lewis Hooter just set the best lap time a lap before. Hooter now is running 6th, but actually if he manages to finish even in a 6th place, he will be 2nd best after the first 2 heats. And Roman Curtis is 7th, and he is leading the standings, even driving 7th now.
And a lot of Dutch fans commenting in. They are looking for Michael Walters. He's up to 9th position. William van Leersum, who started down in 26th. He's up to 22nd now, Van Leersum. As there is Sofia Gaborikova battling with the number 3 kart of Petr Fabry from Slovakia. So that is Slovakia against, well, it's against Slovakia. So Bratislava, well, one half of Bratislava will be cheering. Maybe the Slovakia ring and the steel ring. We've got Motorkari Max 60 is the track that Sofia Gaborikova qualified for this event. And Petr Fabry qualified for this event from the Kart 1 arena.
But Roman Curtis, just moving in front of Sofia Gaborikova, is moving in front also in overall standings, and now he has the same amount of points with Lewis Hooter. Hooter and Curtis both have 54, will have if they finish in those positions. Now Hooter is up in P5 and Curtis down to P8.
And we come through turn number 17. Down towards the back of the pack. We've had a problem, a spin for number 6, Jules Girard. Jules is down in 29th. In the 28th position, Elia Segato is also struggling. Nakahara, 27th. Dremin, 26th. Kristaps Tennis is 25th. Sasek, 24th. Lena Pichler, 22nd. Ivan Kopchev, 22nd. Bruno, 21st. Van Leersum up to 20th. Beltran is 19th. Santos is 18th. And Timothy Kushniruk, 17th. Then in 16th position, driver number 15, Aron Gergely Putsatsieri from Hungary. In front of him, it is the lady from Latvia, Otilia Grandberg.
And in front of her is Justitseri, then Matthias Vedlin, Sovic, Dvernitsky, Fabry, Gaborikova in P8, Curtis in front, and Curtis moving in front of Gaborikova now moves in front in overall standings too with a 1 point advantage over Hooter. Hooter is up in P5 but cannot do anything more there.
No, he's trying to chase down. Now, has it been a penalty? No. So looking at Hooter, he's got the red race suit. There he goes. And is that Hooter? Yeah, that is Lewis Hooter up into what is now 3rd position. That could be important. That could be Hooter to the top of the point standings. They'll adjust on this pass by on the next lap, and it is Hooter with that move now leads the point standings over Roman Curtis, 56 points to 55. Igor Polak is 3rd on 51.
Igor Polak is leading this race, but 3rd in overall standings. He is 5 points short to Hooter. Hooter moving up to 3rd now is leading the standings over the Curtis. Curtis is still in P7 in front of Gaborikova, then Fabry in P9. Polak could be 3rd if he manages to hold his lead in this race. 1 minute to go.
Curtis in the number 13 kart. I think he has just got past... I think he's just been passed by Sarapulo with the Italian flag on his crash helmet. That won't help his cause either. This will be even worse for him because Hooter is now looking at the inside of Di Vincenzo for 2nd position. And now has Roman Curtis gained or lost a place? He's still 7th at the moment.
And it seems he stays there. It's Di Vincenzo who lost the place, and Igor Polak still leading. Hutter with this move is moving in front, and moving in front of Di Vincenzo, he will get even more points, and his advantage will be even bigger.
No, Curtis has actually moved up to 6th. He's now moved up to 5th. He's got that black and turquoise blue race suit on, and
that will give him overall lead in the standings.
Yeah, and he's looking now. He's trying to follow Michael Walters in the Michel Walters in the number 27 cart. There is Walters with the orange crash helmet. Curtis right behind him. These are your top 5, but we're about to have a new leader, and that leader is it. The Swiss driver, not quite. Oh, we do have a new leader. Here we go. Roman Curtis, 5th to 1st. Take a bow, son.
In a one corner from P5 to P1 goes Roman Curtis. Just waited long enough for leaders to go too deep into that corner, fighting each other, and Roman Curtis is in front. That will give him advantage over in overall standings.
Oh, Walters though. Walters had a good nibble at him going into turn number 11, and now Walters is under pressure from Hutter. Hutter takes 2nd place, or does he?
It seemed like Hutter was ready to take by his hand the next go-kart and pull with him in front.
Yes, come on, work with me, work with me. Oh, he's been hung out to dry now. Everyone else dives to the inside. Hutter on the outside is going to lose a few places. He's going to lose a lot of places, but he might gain them back. Look at this. That's just handed Roman Curtis his 2nd win of the day. That is for sure.
That's not for sure yet. We have 1 lap to go. Only now Roman Curtis starts last lap of this race. They run out of the time after the first corner in a previous lap, and now they have 1 whole lap to go. Roman Curtis is leading. Walters is 2nd. Polak down to 3rd. Di Vincenzo is 4th, and Hutter in P5. And that means Roman Curtis is leading overall standings by 8 points if he manages to finish first.
And again, there's Mario Matias from Portugal there in the middle of the action in that number 23 cart with the red race suit. The battle is on for 2nd. It's between the 27 of Walters, the 28 of Polak, then the 30 of Di Vincenzo, and the number 2 of Hutter. Here we go, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. But Roman Curtis is up the road.
There goes to outside Hutter.
Oh, great.
That's the great line. He goes inside at the exit of the corner. Next corner uphill is right. He still got outside line and cannot manage the places he almost got. And that means Di Vincenzo goes through.
And look at them hugging the inside line. Down to turn number 16. But Roman Curtis, it doesn't matter what cart you put him in, he makes his way to the front. He comes out of the final corner after going from 5th to 1st in 1 move. He takes another win, and in 2nd it's Walters. Hutter is 3rd. Di Vincenzo is 4th. Polak is 5th. What a drive from Roman Curtis. I really hope that we get to see that move again in the race recap, because that was special.
He started P10. He was in a great position at the end of the race in P5, and then just flew away.
Exactly, but then it was, Matias was 6th for Portugal, Peter Fabri, and Kuba Dwernicki in 8th place. Mario Sarapulo and Christopher Justicieri. Emil Forker is 11th, and then it is Hungary's Putsieri, Oscar Vedlin, Maxim Sovic, Timothy Krushniruk, Sofia Gaborikova, and Oljeta Grandberg.
That's all for junior category. Now we will see a short recap of this race.
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, please. And then there will be a half an hour break before we start heat number 3.
Yes. Now, whether I will have a little look. If you go back to the YouTube, I mean, don't do anything yet. We're gonna. Here we go. Stay with us for a look back at this. No in-race penalties. But as they started off, Gertz, it was Igor Polak who was the lead.
And Teo De Vincenzo gaining a position with a very great ride.
At this point in proceedings, Curtis is. He's making a move there, passing the number 12 cart of Mario Sarapulo, but he was 6th at this point. Hutter was battling away behind Polak. It's coming around turns. I say there's one move from Curtis. That's the move that moved him into 5th. Here we go. This is the move. Hutter and Di Vincenzo, and already he was up the inside like a tramp on chips. To take the race lead.
And he was first to go more inside than anyone else during this 6th and 7 corners combination. There he was. He positioned himself in a best possible place on the track to get his win. That was not accidentally.
Yeah, no, that was really, really good. And the battling behind just allowed Curtis to pull away. Well, 2 sets of heat races down. 16 races have been completed. And we have got 3 double winners: Curtis, Diego Perez Lara, and Christian Perez. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 countries have won races. Spain have 4 wins. France and the UK have 3. We'll take a short break and be back. You may have to refresh the YouTube page here on 3MK Events, but in half an hour we will have the 3rd round of heat races from the 2025 Saudi World Series International Finals.
We will be back at 4:30 and then we will start the 3rd heat today. So 4:30 and we are racing again.